Please welcome the wickedly talented
Betches Video Club.
There's a mistake.
Betches.
You guys won Best Picture.
Nominees are...
Welcome back to Betches Video Club, where the video team talks all things movies and TV. It's like book club, but with way more screens. Who are we here today with?
Jack Maloney.
Wow, we haven't introduced ourselves in so long.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
Maddie Mahoney.
I'm Brian Russell Smith.
And Tess Tregellis. So what's been going on?
I don't know, Tress. You just got back from a trip.
I know. I was in
Literally
LA.
iconic trip.
And I met Rachel McAdams.
And screaming. Tess, be honest, like, because I, toot my own horn. I do those a lot. I do those like celebrity interviews a lot. Like that's my role here. How starstruck were you? And how do you manage it?
I was very nervous. So it was a junket for Send Help, the new Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien movie.
Which you saw. It looks so fun, by the way.
It's so fun.
And this
Highly
is not an
recommend.
ad.
It's like funny and scary.
Yeah.
Which I was lucky enough to see the screener, so that when I went into the premiere, I was like not screaming, because in the screener I was screaming.
So you saw it twice.
I saw it twice.
All together now? She saw it twice.
She saw it twice.
It was really fun. You walk into this massive room. There are all these cameras.
Yeah.
And then like they're so like compared to this massive room, they're so small.
Yeah.
But you're like, oh my god.
But
And
they're
then
also like so huge because it's them.
Yes. And there's so many people. They're like, you have 2 minutes. You got to go. You got to
I
go.
know. It's so
it's really
stressful.
stressful. And then they have so much fun with each other.
Yeah.
That it felt like awkward interjecting.
Especially for the concept we did, which people
Yes.
can see tomorrow on
So
YouTube.
I was like, it genuinely, and like it might be a bad example, but it felt like they invited me to a threesome, but then like made out in front of me the whole time, and I was
100%.
like, so do you like me?
Literally, that's always how I feel doing the picture day one, especially.
It's so awkward
because they're reminiscing about these times that like they might even have experienced together, and you're just like, totally.
And I'm like,
I was
yeah.
there too.
And then anytime I asked a question, I felt like they looked at me like, why are you talking?
Yeah.
But not that they were being rude. That was just me projecting like my insecurity of like, why am I here? You're way more
Right.
entertaining. Anyway, they were super nice, very like fun, and I think the movie was fun. So they're
in a fun mood.
and they were excited to like talk to someone that wasn't trying to be like, so how did you prepare for this
No,
film?
literally. And I see more and more celebrities these days talking about how talking about their project is actually not interesting to them or most people.
Yeah.
Which, like, sorry to every PR person out there, but I find that to be true. Like, no one really, it's such a singular experience preparing for a role. There's only so many things you can say that'll be relatable or interesting about it. Oh, this was Jessie Buckley was saying this. I was watching some more like Hamnet coverage, and I just found that to be so true. So I think it is like really fun for them to do these other concepts that are refreshing.
Yeah, and they seemed like they also hadn't seen each other for a while, because you obviously filmed the movie before. And she just has this warm energy, just very like put together and like just perfect. She's really just
love
perfect.
her teeth. Like
She's
she
got
has
great
such a
teeth.
beautiful smile.
Her teeth.
Don't you think so? It
I'm a
seems
big
like
teeth person, and she's got great teeth.
yeah, like it's like the thing I always notice about her.
Yeah.
like wow,
Really?
perfect teeth.
Oh, I noticed her hair.
And Dylan
You
was,
got great
of course,
hair.
very charming.
Of course.
I
And
asked him about
extremely
Gilmore
hot.
Girls. He's like, babe, I've seen it. And I was like, babe?
To you?
Yeah. I was like,
Oh my
okay.
God.
Well, no, it was more at me. We were having a threesome, and I was just there.
That's
a hot threesome, all right?
It's like
Rachel
that.
McAdams,
No
Dylan O'Brien,
kidding.
and Tess Tregellis.
Well, we went on our Duncan ski trip.
Well, yeah.
Which was like so fun.
Yep.
A
I
blast.
really, that if I need to ever to go on another influencer trip, please make it skiing, because that was so fun. Thank God we're all amazing skiers.
Yes,
Would have been tough if we weren't.
Would have been tough.
we got some great Duncan swag.
The cutest Duncan ski bunny ski suits.
I should have
Yes.
worn it during the snowstorm.
I kept
my
thinking about putting it on.
God.
So fun.
It's hilarious because I'm planning another trip to go skiing with my cousins, and I think I'm gonna wear it.
Oh yeah, I'm
I'm
going to
hiking
Mammoth.
and wear it, and I'm gonna ask sales if I can bring coupons or something.
Oh my God, you
Everybody
should.
is like, we were all wearing Duncan snowsuits, and everyone could not stop asking, "Do you have donuts? Where are the munchkins?" Maybe this time I will go buy a bunch of munchkins and just
God.
have them in my
You
pocket.
should
Just be
just
like,
be-
"Here, you can have some."
No, you should just have it on the chairlift and just be like throwing it at people. Oh my
That's funny.
Do you have any highlights of the trip? I have one.
Oh, go.
I mean, it seems actually kind of mean to say it now,
Say it.
but my highlight was when Jack slipped on the ice.
Oh my God, Brian. That was actually a really scary moment for a lot of us.
It was the
Mostly
moment.
Jack.
It was the moment afterwards, because it was very icy when we got there. Then it snowed, and then we were getting in the car, And Jack,
No, like an ice rink, like
Yeah.
extremely ice.
icy. Jack, for lack of a better term, ate shit. And
But backwards, like whoa.
whoa, like it was
Up, down.
comical, but it was also terrifying. But then he was like, "Hey guys, there's still ice under there."
First I said is guys, there's still ice under there. Also, did it look funny?
Yeah, you're like,
that's
was
all
it
I cared
funny?
about. I was like, was it cartoon-esque and slapsticky? That's all I care about.
I was on the other side of the car, so I could only hear it, but I heard you go, whoa, ow. And I was like, oh, God.
Well, the gag is my shoulder is still hurting.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
naturally, no, it's okay. I'm not upset about it. I think it's gonna be fine because like I was like, I'm
You're
kind of
young.
like, why is my shoulder hurting? I fell on my elbow, but whatever. Age,
Sort
I
of
guess.
travels up. No, we can't talk about how much you got hurt, or else they won't send us again.
Yeah, no, you
No,
were
no, no.
fine.
It was actually, I begged for it. I asked for
You
it.
clicked your shoulder back into place, and now you're sort of getting
I've never
adjusted
Well,
seen
it
you
must
look
have been because
stronger.
it must have been because I was fake ice skating around the entire lot.
Right.
It's my fault. Not
Yeah.
I did it.
You also look more even, so I think actually it was helpful. Okay, so today we are talking about The Proposal. One of my personal favorite movies. I wore a blazer and a pencil skirt for the occasion.
Love it.
You had never seen it, right?
No, it was my first time.
Really? Proposal
Wow.
Virgin.
Yes.
It's a classic. I'm going to read the synopsis. It's a long one. Buckle up.
Okay.
Faced with deportation to her native Canada, high-powered book editor Margaret Tate says she's engaged to marry Andrew Paxton, her hapless assistant. Andrew agrees to the charade, but imposes a few conditions of his own, including flying to Alaska to meet his eccentric family. With a suspicious immigration officer always lurking nearby, Andrew and Margaret must stick to their wedding plan despite numerous mishaps.
It's just
That
a
was
classic.
like a lot for me. You guys.
I
Yeah.
thought you did great. Jack's
you.
sort of having a moment, making it all about him.
Yeah. I just read out loud in front of the class, and you're stealing my thunder. Are
Jack's
you okay?
crying.
I'm crying.
you okay?
Synopsis. It's just such a beautiful movie.
The cast is Sandra Bullock, Ryan Reynolds, Betty White,
Quite.
Oscar Nunez.
Malin Ackerman.
Thank you.
Of course.
Mary Steinberg.
Steenburgen.
Yep.
Who is the mom in everything, by
Mom
the
and
way?
everything.
And
She is
and
mom.
Craig T. Nelson.
also the dad,
dad and everything.
Yeah, mom and dad. They cast this. I mean, obviously,
It's a
very
great
well.
cast.
The writer also wrote Crazy Rich Asians, Peter Chiarelli, and directed by Anne Fletcher. What do you think the budget was?
Ooh.
Hi.
Because there was Sandra.
2 stars.
Yeah, Sandra.
Was
Sandra's
Ryan
probably the
already a
highest.
star at that point?
Not as big as Sandra, I would
Or
say.
Betty
I
White.
would argue this was his sweet spot.
Yeah.
Really?
I would argue
Before
this was
he
his
got
sweet
a
spot.
little too famous, became a little questionable with the behavior.
Okay.
I think he was doing good work here and seems like a good person.
Yeah.
Yes, Brian has his hand up.
Sorry, no. I was just. I was guessing, and I was thinking.
Yeah, go.
60 million.
6D.
Yeah,
Okay.
60.
Okay.
6-0.
6-0.
Whoa.
I'm gonna go with. Tess, I'm gonna read your mind.
Sending it to you.
Are you?
Yeah.
74.
No.
I'm actually going to go lower. I'm going to say 29 million.
Yeah, that's probably a better guess.
Interesting. 40 million
On the dot.
Okay.
on the dot.
Not a penny over.
The worldwide gross was 317 million.
Wow.
It was the highest grossing romantic comedy in 2009.
Yeah, this is a very good romantic comedy.
It's really great. They were nominated for 20 nominations through the 8 award shows and ended up collecting 4 wins, one of them being favorite comedy movie at the 36 People's Choice Awards. So it was like
Okay, yeah.
kind of mid.
Not Oscars, right?
No.
Okay.
But interestingly, the role was supposed to go to Julia Roberts. She turned it down because she didn't want a pay cut. Respect. And then I went to Sandra. Similarly, that happened with The Blind Side. That was supposed to be Julia Roberts and then Sandra. And then she won the Oscar.
You know what's crazy though is like, okay, obviously Julia, perfect in everything she does, would have killed these. These two movies specifically, The Proposal and The Blind Side, are such Sandra movies to me. Those are like seminal works of hers.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine someone else.
You know what? I have to also say, being someone in this industry and also being like an actor, like artist as well, we can get so butthurt sometimes about being passed up. But like, you get the part. Make a meal. Make a meal out of it. Like,
Wait, who was passed up here?
well, I'm saying like originally Sandra didn't get the offer.
Oh, I see. She
Julia
was second
got it.
choice.
So it's like
Yeah.
she's second choice. But who
Yeah.
cares? Now we think of them as her.
I mean,
And
when,
only
you're, when
her.
you're working with greats, like it's gonna turn out great.
Yeah. Speaking of greats, Betty White.
Betty White.
Betty White almost didn't do the movie because she didn't want to leave her golden retriever for that long.
Oh, respect.
Totally
get
get
that.
it.
Wow.
Betty White said that this was the most fun set she was on, and like everyone cried when she left the set because she's so iconic, and she was like getting toward the end. So I think a lot of people were like, "Oh, this could be the last set
Right.
she's on."
What if that was like the spin they put on it? She was like, yeah, everyone cried when I left. It's because they were all like so traumatized by working with her. They're like relieved that she's gone.
Yeah, she was actually awful.
This was actually not shot in Alaska. Where do you think it was shot?
Maine,
Okay.
I googled it.
Canada.
Okay.
'Cause
Toronto.
I would say Vancouver because of
Yeah.
I feel like Canada somewhere, but
That's good.
Vancouver
Oh,
because
Seattle.
tax benefits.
Boston.
No.
Why did you have such a big
Boston.
reaction?
I should have known.
It
You know
was
what? Actually, I
Boston.
was thinking that some of those dock scenes really look like where my parents live. Skylar, I'm sure you were thinking the same thing. Oh, so literally
That's
where we're
where
from.
it is.
So okay.
Yeah.
I showed off every ounce of knowledge I have in last week's episode. Okay, like forgive me for not knowing one thing about Boston.
I think it's crazy that they put in the mountains in post,
Mm.
which is crazy to me. Like
Go to the
they
mountains.
look so real.
I hate.
Oh.
I don't think they looked that real.
You don't think so?
When they're
didn't
on the
notice.
I thought they
water,
looked
those
real.
mountains are looking green screen galore.
Okay.
They're looking GFX. Yeah, Skylar's nodding. She gets it.
I just don't have an eye for that.
Why would they choose Boston?
Well, why not?
Well, you know, the people
perfect
there
place.
sort of smell, and a lot of them aren't that good looking. So
Because it was filmed in New York and Boston, so it was just like probably an
Easier budget.
Easier.
Oh, I guess that makes
for
sense.
production.
Yeah,
I guess that makes
production-wise.
sense.
Moving on to hot takes.
Okay, moving on. I
hear
have a
it.
hot take.
Hit.
It's not really related to the plot. The barista is like flirting with him and writes her number on the coffee cup, and then he delivers it back to Sandra's character at the office, and he gives the wrong one with the phone number on it to Sandra. This has always stuck out to me in movies, and I've never verbalized it. I want to see if you guys agree. We need a better option than 555
I
as
knew
the
you were
middle
gonna say
three
that.
numbers. There's got to be something else. It pulls me out immediately because
Mm-hmm.
it's famously not an actual middle three number combo.
You read the number?
No,
on
it just
Yeah.
Tess,
That's what I'm saying.
Tess, I'm a reader.
Every single movie.
Every single movie, it's always 555. Even if they're verbalizing it, they're like 978-555-2005. Like, I'm like, we know that's not a real number. Like, it just pisses me off. Like, what? Do they think we're stupid?
Well,
What?
You know what they should do?
What?
is
Yeah, let's pitch.
At the end of the song "The Diner" by Billie Eilish,
Okay.
she starts repeating a number.
Okay.
And then people started calling it, and it's just Billie Eilish answering the phone and be like, "Hello, hello." They could do like more PR by
More marketing.
purchasing
Get
the
a phone number.
number.
And celebrities do this all the time now. They're like, text me.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Thanks for watching the proposal."
Brian,
Wait,
genius.
no,
that's
Genius
so
Fine.
fun.
They actually did that with Stranger Things, and I called the number.
You did?
I did.
Who was on the
It
other
like,
end?
This is the Hawkins Police Department. If you're reporting a
I
missing person,
love
like it
that.
was cool. It
Yeah.
made me be like, like,
Okay, so like,
But is it easier to memorize? Like if you're like 203-555-2819.
No, it's
No,
just so
no.
because there's no, it's not a number that exists because they didn't want
they don't
people
want
to
like a
actually
real
call
person
number.
to be prank called or something. But Brian, I think your solution's a perfect one. So let's get the word out. Our
moves.
campaign starts now. If there's a
Right.
phone number in a movie, you got to buy the phone number and you got to set it up. Anyways, I feel a lot better. Thank you guys for letting
I'm
me
so
get
glad
that
you
off
let
the
that
bat.
out.
Let me
You're
see if I had
welcome.
anything related to the plot here. No, my main hot take was that this is we talk about this with every movie that's not from right now. Sandra is being painted as this awful, wicked witch boss. I'm sorry. The woman is just trying to do her job and keep
Yeah.
an office organized.
Yeah.
They're typing things to each other like, it's here.
it's here.
It's
I
here.
wrote down
So
it's here.
mean.
The witch is on her broom when she's about to leave her office. It's like, guys, what if
wrote-
you just dealt with having a boss who had high expectations of you? This is ridiculous.
Also, realistically, like, I would be terrified to send that Slack message in a group setting.
Nope, 100%.
Like, she's gonna
Yeah.
see this. That's
Yeah.
why I text you when I
and,
want something.
and by the way, who's to say someone there isn't a snitch?
Guys, post this. Andrew Tate is going to be. Wait, what's his
Andrew
name?
Tate?
What's his name? No, what's his character's name?
Andrew Tate is like the misogynistic podcaster.
Oh, her last name is Tate.
Her last name is Tate.
Yes.
So I
Character's last
combined
name.
both of their. Okay,
I was like, where's she going with this one?
Like, wow.
Andrew Paxton is going to be the office snitch because he's in love with her. They're going to date and work together, and he's going to be like monitoring because he knows like it's going to be a total toxic work environment. I think one of them has to leave. But I
Wait.
also wrote.
Wait, you think once they're married, one of them has to leave?
Yeah, they can't work together.
Wait, why not? They're gonna take over the publishing industry and be like the Mr. and Mrs. Smith of publishing.
Okay, maybe. Or yeah, I guess.
The proposal
Isn't there a
too.
proposal too?
No.
No.
I
Well,
thought I
why
heard
not?
Talk. I thought I heard talk of that. No joke.
I
Well,
did
hot
know.
take. There should be one.
Is it kind of like a double entendre because it's like
Yes, of course it
proposed-
is. Brian, all titles are double
And a book
entendres if
proposal.
there's
Wait,
one.
tell us
A book
why. it's-
proposal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you all get that?
Yeah.
Yes,
Of course.
dear.
God
Within
damn
the
it!
first
I'm
2
always
seconds.
I never get those until like, and you're always like, yeah, the family stone is
that
about the
could be-
Stone
that one
family
blew my
and
mind.
the ring, and I was like, oh.
That'll be a good segment, Brian. We'll quiz you on the double entendres. Be like, Brian,
Brian,
what
what
was
is
it?
It's time for what does this title mean with Brian?
Yeah.
I wrote, is she mean or does she just have standards?
Well, exactly.
She just has standards.
She just
I
has
agree
standards.
that I don't think she is. Okay, when I watch like Meryl Streep, Miranda Priestley, I'm like, that
Now
is
that's-
a hard ass, like kind of emotionally manipulative bullying you boss.
Yes.
This is just a woman with standards.
Yes.
Just a woman with standards. And also a woman who takes initiative, and they all have problems with it. Like when some of the bigger bosses like are giving her hell, she's like, well, I knew it wasn't going to happen without me, so I did it. I was like, okay, that's called being a good employee. Like,
Yes.
sorry. Like,
I want to talk about the pencil skirt chokehold of the early 2000s.
Yeah, the chokehold is
chokehold.
actually so strong that
It's
I
strong.
still have mine, even just in case they came back, which they are. They're back.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Just a costume thing. I didn't like the black outfit and that like chunky brown bag. It just seemed out
Yeah,
of
that was the
place.
Hermes bag.
Which scene was that?
Like all of her office scenes. She says it goes like amazing sleek black
Oh.
outfit and then like this
Oh.
like brown. I guess it was Hermes, but
well,
I was
she's
like,
a publisher. Maybe there's like a lot of books in there or
Yeah.
something.
I've
Something
actually
like
been
it.
having this issue lately where at what point do you become too old for a backpack? You know?
I think in New York there's no age. I don't think you can outgrow
Ding,
it. It's just a
ding.
practicality. Like
Yeah.
we're carrying stuff, we're schlepping. Like you
Yeah.
can't. You don't have a car to keep it in, so you
Right.
have to have a backpack.
I think you have to. I think there are different phases of backpacks.
totally.
I
There's
think
really
if
nice
your backpack
ones.
has like a lot of zippers and you're 20 or 30,
yeah,
maybe
maybe
not.
we find a sleeker option.
Yeah.
So, like-
Brian, yours is good though. I never think twice
Okay,
about
great,
yours.
good. I'm very self-conscious. I don't know why.
Oh,
There is an awkward thing of like when you're in a bar or something and you're like,
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Like that's just
It
not-
doesn't transition day to night.
So,
That's the issue.
I guess 2 zippers is the max for an adult.
I think so. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
but what if I have 3?
grow up.
Well, you're 25.
Okay, moving
It's
on.
You're right.
Any other hot takes?
I do.
yeah,
I
go
do have a
ahead.
hot take. I think the ending would have been utterly cheese if the line wasn't exactly what it was.
What was it?
Will you marry me because I'd like to date you? Because if it was just truly, will you just marry me? I would be like, now hold on, 3 days,
Right,
3
3
days.
days.
But I think, given the base reality of this movie and how ridiculous we've already gotten, to say like, will you marry me because I'd like to date you? Perfect. I
It was
like,
really cute.
We landed that plane.
It's also like these two who clearly have like a passionate relationship even before they become passionate are both so hot. I'm like, there's no way they haven't like
Yeah.
imagined.
Although I don't know, I really liked her line where she was, I forget what the exact line was, but she was talking about how she likes being alone and she's comfortable being alone. Mm-hmm. I was like, that's really real.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't like to get too close because then people like leave her or call her a bitch.
Ouch.
Yeah, I would want to be alone if everyone in my office hated me all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to go on dates with losers after that.
That's true. Very fair. Very fair. Very fair.
I also
you.
think like the whole like falling in love in 3 days, that's a kind of crazy notion, but they've been working together for so long. And I think the basis of their relationship is this immense amount of respect. Like he respects her so much.
Yeah.
And she
even
actually
though-
does respect him.
Yeah, and even though, you know, like he talks poorly about her to his family, like she's still like when he defends her, he's like, she's the best publisher like in New York City. Like when they're like giving,
Yeah.
when they're sussing her out. I don't know. I think like that's why it worked.
Yeah.
What-
I will push back on Jack saying that she does respect him.
I'm going to have to join Brian on this post.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure, especially in the beginning.
I think
I
she
think-
learns to
here's my
respect
thing.
him.
I think she does.
I think she takes advantage of him, but I think she actually, because I think she's just used to wearing the pants and having everything she needs. But I think she very quickly is like, no, he's a hard worker. Like she says that early on, not even by the wedding speech. Obviously by then we've earned the respect, but she like defends his work.
Well, she knows he's a hard worker, but she immediately says, "Fuck your grandma. You're
Yeah.
you're working this weekend." And then also, actually, we're gonna get married, and I'm coming with you to Alaska.
Brian, that's not disrespect. That's grindset mindset. Get on my level.
I
Brian's
think she
that
starts
mindset.
respecting him when she realizes how much money his family has.
Yeah, that's definitely the first tick.
Because she goes, I didn't know
Yeah,
this
she's like,
was your
"Where
life.
do
all
you
the
live?"
family. She goes, "Why didn't you tell me about all the family businesses?"
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm not rich. My parents are rich. And she goes, that's what rich people say.
And
And that's the
it's
only
true.
thing you have on your note card.
I'm glad I wrote it down.
don't you think that's the Gracie Abrams Award for that so true moment?
It's so true.
That is so true.
Okay, wait. I do have a hot take.
That you just did
And
one.
well, that was
was
sort of
warm?
just like that was a warm take, and
Okay.
this is actually a scalding take. Not scalding, but okay. I love Oscar Nunez. I think he's amazing,
Of course.
but I don't know if that really aged super well.
Oh no, it aged horrifically. Are you kidding me?
Because
It's
I was
disgusting.
watching it with my Venezuelan roommate, and he was like, "This is pissing me off," and I was
Yeah,
like,
it's
Even
horrible.
though it's Oscar Nunez, like even though he has the right to do that comedy and make those jokes, like it was kind of like, wait, but like, what is the accent and like
Well,
what is
here's
going
my
on
question.
here?
Does he have the right to do it, or is that the only type of role that was available to him post The Office at that
Yeah.
point? You know, that's obviously a huge movie. You see the cast that's already been attached. You want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
It's like, did not age.
I feel like the other scene that they probably would have cut was the
Well,
Betty
dancing,
White.
Betty White's dancing scene.
Crazy.
And
I was
I-
watching that going, is this really happening right now?
I know. And I will say,
Same.
like, it was probably my least favorite scene of the movie. Not just because of, like, the cultural appropriation aspect of it, because it was just, like, quite ridiculous.
It was too kooky for me.
It was too
Yeah.
kooky. But Sandra Bullock is such a good actress that I still believed her.
I know. That's a testament to
I think they
the
could have
actors.
made like the kooky grandma do something else, but I think they did plant that she had like Native American
Yeah.
heritage and like that was kind of her thing. I don't think it's right, but I do think they like
just pick anything else.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think that there is something very real about like, you know, the matriarch of the family and just being like, okay, we'll do whatever you say to make you happy.
Yeah.
And like, I like that scene, the dancing part of it all. I think that's like so fun.
Betty White doesn't have Native American heritage, right? Let's just do a quick fact check in case.
Yeah, maybe we're wrong.
Maybe we're wrong.
maybe
I
it was
have to
completely
imagine
appropriate.
maybe,
we're right.
maybe the name should have been Betty Indigenous, but long
has
removed.
none.
Or
So she's European and
Right,
Canadian.
so
Okay, yeah,
the white
exactly what we
stays.
thought.
The white stays.
Just wanted to check.
Yeah, so things didn't age well. What go figure for a comedy in the 2000s?
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's kind of par for the course.
I know.
right?
When do you go like, it was a different time? It makes me feel so old.
I know it was literally.
You sounded like Jerry
16
Seinfeld there.
Really?
Wait,
Yeah.
she
It was a
did.
different time.
Wait, that was literally 17 years ago. Sue me.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
That's crazy.
You're being served.
Okay, well that's a lot of money.
I have a question for the group. Yes. Have you guys ever met somebody from Alaska?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Brian.
Not to my knowledge.
But you could have.
Yeah.
You could have come across one.
I met a lot of people.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's kind of cool to know somebody from Alaska.
Yeah.
I met someone from Alaska, and they were extremely Alaska. It was one of my camp counselors growing up, and he had biked from Anchorage to Maine to be a
No.
counselor.
That's
That's
stupid.
just take
Like,
a plane.
no, he loves it. He just
My
loves the
God.
outdoors, and he wants to just bike.
I think you have to if you're from Alaska. That's just going to be in your blood.
It's in
Like,
his blood.
you
That's what I'm
love
saying. He
being
was so
outdoors.
Alaska. I was like, who else would fucking do that? Like,
Wait, I like that question though. Like, would you marry a coworker to get a promotion? Like, would you do what he did?
Would I marry
I
a
just think that's
coworker?
crazy.
What's the company?
It is crazy.
and how
I
big is the
also
promotion?
think it's crazy. He's like, I want to be a book publisher. It's like, what?
He's so dedicated to that. He's willing to
Really?
potentially be
It
arrested
doesn't
and
seem
fined
like-
a
Yeah.
$250,000. Like, the stakes are high right away, and he's just like, no, I'm so career driven.
You know what I
don't
thought?
care.
You know what I thought would have been a good twist? You know how he's like, he has that transcript that he really wants to get published, and she's like, no, you have bad ideas. And then he like leverages that. He's like, and you have to publish my transcript. And she's like, okay, fine. I thought it would have been a good twist if he actually wanted to be an author and that was his book.
I did think that
Ooh.
happened. Did that not happen or no?
No, they're referring to it as like his book, but it's like his project. I don't think he
book that
wrote
he
it.
That would have been better.
shepherding.
I just thought that would have given it a little more oomph because I agree, Tess. Like the the book thing of it all is sort of like arbitrary.
Yeah.
and that happens a lot in these rom coms. It's like, oh, she's a big career lady
Yeah.
at insert fun seeming job. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, like I guess that's cool.
And I also
Fun
think
seeming job.
for a book editor, the note that she wrote him at the end,
Not well written.
poorly written.
Yeah.
The way that he's like, and she writes this, I was like, that was nothing. There was like, I felt
Yeah.
like there was no sustenance. Like, I would not get on a plane after that. I'd be like, oh, well, she's gone.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Do you think it's like you know how they say those who can't do teach, which by the way I hate that phrase, but is it like those who can't write edit?
Maybe. I want to talk about jokes that went over my head when I first watched this in 2009 and now that I understand.
Perfect.
When he wakes up and they have to jump into the bed and she's like, oh my God. And he goes, it's morning. Because he has
Right.
morning wood.
Yeah.
I was like, what is happening?
Did you get the baby maker back then?
I got the baby maker. I
Do
was
they call the
don't-
blanket the baby maker?
Yeah.
Betty White does.
Is there something beyond that?
No, that's
No,
it. It's just a
Jack
it's a pretty like on the nose sex joke.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
like that's the kind of shit that went over my head when I was
Totally.
10 watching this,
copy.
you know?
But that seems like also a moment that maybe they had improvised or something. Like, I don't know. Some of those jokes, like watching back, you're like, oh, I just didn't know.
Yeah.
More jokes, Tess. I want to hear more of the ones you
Well, this just can segue us into quote corner.
Test.
More jokes, Tess.
One of my other favorite moments is when she goes, yeah, this is a good boy. To the dog. I just love it because like she's so like animated versus like before. I just think that's so funny. And that dog is so cute and she hates it so much.
Dog is so cute.
I love
so
that scene where
cute.
she's like running around with a dog.
Trying to
Sandra
hawk
Bullock
grabs
running around
it.
with a
Feed
dog.
it
Yeah.
to the hawk.
Yeah.
So funny.
And the women are inside like, oh, look, they're playing.
That kind of reminds me of like the scene in Four Christmases when Reese Witherspoon is in the bouncy castle.
Oh,
and she's
yeah.
like, and they're like, she's playing with the kids.
Oh my God, I love
So
that
good.
movie.
Any other quotes that stuck out?
Oh, my favorite one was, if I want your praise, I will ask for it.
Oh yeah.
Early on in the film, they're in the office. Ryan Reynolds is like up her ass about something. And she
Yeah.
says, if I want your praise, I will ask for it, which I thought was so good.
I mean, for me, it was just the girlfriend or Satan's mistress. We've heard it both ways.
So
That's
good.
just such a funny ass joke.
Yeah.
Hits.
Hits.
Also, when she's like feeling her up and is like, "Oh, it's like an Easter egg hunt." It's just so funny.
And Betty White.
Betty White and then Betty White also like starting the story, and she jumps in. Sandra Bullock jumps in, and she's like, "Shh, I'm not finished." Like it's just, I love like a snappy grandma.
Yeah.
like she's earned the right to just be like, whatever. The time I did tear up a little bit is when she's giving her the necklace. And Betty White says, we love giving our grandchildren things. It's how we feel we can live on. And I was like,
No, that was really
that
good.
got me.
And honestly, the scene following that, I think, right after where Sandra Bullock is just like, I forgot what it's like
Oh,
to have a family. And I was like, wow. Mary Steenburgen's character asks, like, could we come for Thanksgiving? Or you? And she goes, well, maybe we'll come here. And like,
Yeah.
it's just really beautiful to see that and be like, she's not anti-family. She just hasn't had
doesn't
one.
have one.
And
Yeah.
she just is not used to the demands and like what it requires to maintain a relationship with your family.
Yeah.
You know, so beautiful and subtle. Like, good work.
Yeah.
Good work.
I wanted more from Craig T. Nelson's character. He did
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
have enough scenes.
Yeah.
He was so like, rah, old
I
man.
know.
Yeah.
He was just like, tense relationship with my son.
Yeah.
I was surprised that Betty White only had one son, and then they only had one son, and like this like Alaskan family, like they're all only children.
Yeah, what else is there to do but fuck
I'm
up
like,
there?
yeah, exactly. Where are all the kids?
How you
They have,
gonna
all
stay
their,
warm?
they have all their businesses. Maybe those are the kids.
That's
Yeah,
right. You're
they
right.
don't-
Those are their real
businesses.
babies. I want to do a Mary Steenburgen, what would I call it? Audit. How many mom characters can you think of that she's played? Well, I just shouted one out.
Four
Four Christmases, The Proposal, Elf,
Was she in Gilbert Grape? Gilbert Grape.
Gilbert Grape.
What's
She
eating
was in Gilbert
Grape?
Grape.
Gilbert
That's what I
Grape.
meant.
That wasn't her in 40-Year-Old Virgin, right? That was a different one.
Oh,
Brothers.
Brothers.
Step Brothers. That's so many already.
Elf?
Yeah, I said Elf.
Said.
Said Elf.
But let's say it again. It's a really good one.
Just a
For
little
me,
louder.
To me, in my like child life, when I would see her in another movie, I go, "Oh, the mom from Elf.
Mom's here.
That's the mom from Elf.
Mom's here.
Step
Mom's here.
Brothers.
Yep. You said
Step
that.
Brother. Oh,
Just
wait,
louder.
wait. Four Christmases. Four Christmases.
Elf.
All right.
Let's go on to our final big question that I have, which is the loathe-to-love arc realistic? Can you hate someone and then love them? It's
In
kind of
a romantic way.
yes.
Okay. I love a clear answer, Ted.
Yes.
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 Yes, you can. Because I've had a lot of, I mean, this was like kid stuff, but I was really bullied as a child.
We know.
Great. Glad everyone's up to speed. Well, I was really bullied as a kid. And actually, some of my bullies became my best friends. And like I had really like crazy
Is that
redemption
Stockholm
arcs.
syndrome?
Yeah, I wrote that down.
No, it was a redemption arc. And then like we weren't romantic because we
Redemption
weren't
for them or
romantic.
for you?
For both. I think
That's
that
nice.
it's
Did they
always a two-way
apologize
street.
for bullying
Yeah,
you?
actually, like a lot of them did after
Wow.
the fact. Like
Wow.
when we were
That's
older
amazing.
and had kind of gotten past it a
Yeah.
lot. Like, but
Was it like you go home for Thanksgiving, you're all at the bar
Well,
Wednesday before, and they're like, hey, man, sorry, I was a
not
dick.
really. Well, one of them was a camp friend, so I saw him only once a year, like only at camp.
Okay.
So it's
In
like
that case, I actually think there is room for that type of story because it's like we all are acknowledging that we are sort of coming back to camp anew each year.
yeah,
A lot of room
it's
for growth.
true. It's true, LeFou. But one of them, Brian rolling his eyes at me.
It's true, LeFou.
But another one was like a school friend. So then, how do you explain that?
But that's
can't.
friendship. That's totally different.
I'm trying to think.
I
I don't know. I
think-
thought they were pretty cute, but they
any
just weren't
real
gay.
life experiences.
I think because they hated each other so openly, there was like this relationship of complete honesty that opens the door for love.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were openly like, you're annoying. And he's like, I don't like you. You don't let me do these things. Like, I think that's
There's a
why
trust there.
there's
Almost.
a trust where it's like, I know you don't like me and you know you don't like me, but like,
Well,
Is it just that classic thing of like, this is so like heteronormative, forgive me, but it's like, you know, the boy, Brian, absolutely on guard.
I was just like,
But it's like the boy pulling the girl's pigtail from behind, like being a dick to her, but actually he has a crush on her.
Well, I'd argue she was sort of pulling his pigtails.
I would argue
Yeah.
she was
more than
asking
music.
for it by wearing the
Yeah.
pigtails, but what are you going to do?
I mean, I feel like because I think it's about they saw each other in a different environment.
It
If
opened their eyes.
It opened their eyes. Like they saw each other naked. And
Well,
that-
literally, they
Yeah.
laid on
Well,
each
they
other
didn't
naked.
just see each
they
other
were really
naked.
naked in
They
that.
were
and
attached.
then
No,
and
the behind the scenes they were really naked. I think
No
that
sock
what
on
I
his
read
dick?
was that they started with like the little like pasty stuff, and then it just like
They're like,
got annoying. They were like, well, let's
Take
just
it off.
Let's just
Yeah.
do it.
Whoa.
Pre-intimacy coordinator days.
Yeah,
Whoa.
and they had been friends for like 9 years before, so I think there was a like
Comfort.
Can always turn friends to lovers.
yeah, well, that's true.
that's what happened with Blake and Ryan Reynolds. Apparently.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
He was married to Scarlett Johansson, and then they did the movie The Green Lantern together with Blake Lively, and then he got divorced from Scarlett Jo, and then a year later married Blake.
Is that like known?
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
knew
know
that.
that. I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
And our last question is from our friends at Uber, specifically Courier on Uber.
Okay.
We actually use Courier a lot at Betches whenever we need to send props or equipment, really anything that needs to get somewhere that we actually can't be.
Yeah.
So it's a great thing to use.
You could also use it on Valentine's Day.
Yes.
I'm going to use Courier on Valentine's Day for a little Galentine's Day action because I've gotten really into baking sourdough. As you guys know, it's my whole
Yep.
personality now. And I've been throwing all these like fun mix-ins into it, like cinnamon sugar. I did a jalapeno cheddar loaf this
Whoa.
week. And it's just fun to use it to like send homemade gifts. You know, I don't have time to like get what are you giggling about?
Jack is
I'm
making
gagged.
very
I'm gagged at your
reaction
sourdough
faces.
flavors. Those sound amazing.
All Courier went over to you,
Please,
baby.
I actually genuinely use Courier constantly.
Really?
Yeah, my top use. I'm in the city at work.
Oh, I've been with you while you used it.
Maddie has literally seen this happen.
This is real.
I'm like in the city at work, and I have an event at night in the city, but I live in Brooklyn, so I'll text my
And you
roommates.
have
"Are
approximately
home?"
you have approximately
And I have,
6 bags with them.
I have 17 bags because I always have 17 bags. But I'll be like, "Hey, you home?" And they're like, "Yep, you're gonna take my bags," and then they do it. It's great.
Oh, that's so smart. Imagine you're in your own rom-com. Got it. It's the end of the rom-com. What is your grand romantic gesture to close out the story?
I have one.
Okay.
And it's I think it's extra smart because it sets us up for a sequel.
Ooh.
Okay, so studio execs, listen up. The guy is in the wrong. He needs to apologize to me somehow. Instead of like running through the airport, he like presents me. He's like, "Okay, we're going on a trip." And it's a secret trip. Everything's planned. All you need to do is show up. And then we meet at the airport together, and I like have my bags, and he has like a perfect little outfit for me. And he takes me on like a planned trip to like Aruba or something that I didn't have to plan. And then sequel, the trip in Aruba. There's no
Yeah.
conflict. It's just perfect.
The plane crashes,
No,
and you're
no,
stranded
no,
on an island.
no.
So your fantasy is a plan.
My fantasy is a plan. I like planning, but
Yeah.
it's so nice when someone forces me not to do the plan.
Yeah. I love the spontaneity of like a romantic gesture of like I love the idea of being like, wait, and then just like it all just happens. Like I would want to be already on the plane and being like looking off dreamily, and then like there's a commotion at the front of the plane. I'm like, what? And they're like, wait, I'm here. And then they like run, and then they have a big speech. Like I think that I think a public declaration is really important.
Mine is similar to another movie.
Okay.
Wait a minute. But they think that they are leaving their life behind, but instead the other romantic partner gets on the Concorde, flies, beats you to the second location.
And they're there.
And they're already
there.
there.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
They're there.
that's good.
Okay, this is probably because one of my love languages of giving love is acts of service. But if I wanted to do a big romance gesture, I would break into someone's house, clean everything, cook them an amazing
Sounds like a murder.
I'm
candlelight
scared.
dinner.
Immediately I'm
No, like
scared.
clean everything, like bleach all of it.
Bleach?
And
What are you
then-
trying to cover up?
No, make them in a beautiful like candlelit dinner. And then like when they open the door,
flame?
I'm like lighting the candles, and I have like a note.
And then you do
I'm
the thing where,
I
like-
read them something. I read them something.
And you look directly in their eyes.
Well, it's
you
kind of
blow
like-
out the flame.
Yeah.
They immediately scream,
Jack has a
restraining
big.
order.
Well, that's why it's a rom-com.
Jack has a butcher's knife in
Calm.
his hand. He's just whoa.
I liked how you spun it to be like, this is what I would do. If I was receiving that, the idea of combining yours, you get off the plane, you're like, oh my God, he didn't show up, whatever, goes home, everything's already like set and planned. And you're like, what is all this stuff? And then turn around, he's standing there.
And
That's
he's like, I have 2
Tess.
tickets to Aruba. Eat up and pack. We're getting on that.
I packed your
all of
bags.
ours.
I'm taking
That's
you
all
to
our ideas.
Aruba. Yeah.
Perfect. And he makes a speech
And he
on the
makes a
flight to
massive
Aruba.
speech on the
flight to Aruba.
Yes. Over the intercom.
Yeah,
Yes.
Because he's
goes-
also a pilot. Well, thanks to Uber for sponsoring this episode and making cinematic style romances easy with Courier.
Literally, that was so easy.
Whether you're sending something personal, a gift you've been holding on to, or a thoughtful surprise across town, Courier and Uber makes it easy to show up even when you can't physically be there. So if he wanted to, he would, and showing up is important. Just open the Uber app, slide over to the Courier tab, select your delivery type, and let Courier help deliver what matters. We're wrapping up, but it's not wrapped. Here's the martini line, okay? Who are we here with?
At the Jack Maloney.
I'm at Madeline_Mahoney.
I'm at Brian Russell Smith.
And I'm at Tess Treg. And you can find us on our own
On our own
personal YouTube channel.
Yep.
Betches Video Club. To follow us along. And next week,
to follow us along.
we are watching Pride and Prejudice.
P&P.
PNP.
Jack.
And that's a wrap.
And that's a wrap.
And that's actually a wrap.